All right. Today we're reacting to ShoeonHead. These people are sick because they are sick, and we'll talk about it.
On September 10th, Charlie Kirk was giving a talk at Utah Valley University, and out of nowhere, he was shot dead, live, in front of a bunch of college kids, in front of his wife, and his two children. And I don't think the country is ever going to be the same. Not only because of this horrific tragedy, but because of everything that followed. The dark, disturbing realization that we may not be on the same page as our coworkers, classmates, friends, neighbors, doctors, when it comes to the issue of murder. I was crashing out on Twitter a few days ago, just stream of consciousness posting about it with run on sentences and everything. 4 days later, I have a clearer head, but I still feel the exact same way. So, we are going to talk about what happened, we're going to talk about the aftermath, and then we're going to get a little personal, because frankly, I don't see the country the same anymore, and I know a lot of you feel the exact same way, so we're going to talk about it after we talk about everything else. Charlie Kirk was not a healthcare CEO, he was not a powerful politician, and let me
Yeah, so let me just point this out real quick. Even if he was a healthcare CEO, that doesn't really justify it either. So like, this is still like some of her like left leaning bias still leaking out because in her brain, like left leaning CEOs are all like healthcare CEOs are also bad. The people who justified that guy's murder are fucking insane. You accomplished absolutely nothing, by the way. Manjo, whatever the fuck his gay ass name is, that little homosexual, literally accomplished absolutely nothing. He's just a sick, deranged murderer. Everybody's celebrating him as a sick, fucking demonic possessed demon. You accomplished absolutely nothing. Somebody replaced that guy the next day, and things continued as business as usual. If anything, they probably doubled down on being anti-consumer, and then you'll never get to any of them now because now they tripled their security, and now they waste even more money that could go down and trickle down to other people. So you're just dumb. You just make things worse. Like that's not how you can enact change, right? And it's just like it's yeah. We're not gonna get We'll keep
be
going.
100% clear. I'm not saying this to say that it's okay when those people are murdered.
Okay,
My point is
okay,
that
okay,
those are
okay, okay.
positions of power that most people cannot relate to. Like, the average person is just so far removed from that world. But I think what happened to Charlie is hitting differently because, like I said on Twitter, he was just a fucking guy. He was a fucking podcaster. He was a guy who talked about politics. He was a guy who
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of disingenuous just to say he's a podcaster. I mean, essentially that's what he was, but he also ran basically one of the most successful and powerful like nonprofit NGOs in the country for the right. I mean, Donald Trump himself has credited Charlie as like the only reason why he got elected, which is true actually, because but a lot of the things that pushed Trump over the edge was the young vote, and be like he won the young men's vote, and that's because of Charlie. Like that's 100% because of Charlie. Um, like that you can't even question that. That's why it's so funny that the people on the left, they have no idea who they killed. They don't. They were going on TikTok going like, "Oh, he can't be martyred cuz nobody even knows who he is. It's so great. He's just a piece of shit." Like, lady, he has some of the highest connections in the world. Like he was good friend. Well, he didn't. The leaks now say he doesn't like Net. He didn't like Netanyahu, which I don't. I mean, which would be surprising to me, because like he was literally like going on trips there like all the time. I think he had one coming up this week. He was supposed to go. So I mean, I mean, I could see it. I could see him not. I mean, I think the receipts kind of do say that they kind of prove that like that is true. He didn't like Netanyahu, which I don't know who the fuck does, honestly. If you do, you're an idiot. If you like anybody in the Likud party, like you're fucking insane. Like that's the difference to the problem with like all the anti-Israel Jew haters. It's like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but like you have to specifically remember that like not everybody in Israel is the Likud party. They're not all like literally like fat. They're not actually fascist Nazis. Like they're not all that. Like that's what these people actually are. They tell you in your face, and people don't want to believe it. But it's like, yeah, the current government is very evil. Yes, they are. Like they literally are evil people. So we can all agree there. Like that's the funny part with like leftists. It's like, guys, we most of us agree on the right agree with you that a lot of the shit that Israel is doing is evil. And if anything, you can just go through Twitter if you don't believe it. Like a lot of pushback against Charlie by his own side was because of that, because of his blind support for Israel, which seemed like it was waning lately. Um, and then yeah, but I mean, to pretend that he was just some nobody regular dude podcaster is absolutely insane. By the way, he was literally one of the most influential political figures on the right for the last like 10 years. I mean, he literally got a president elected. Like like the president himself credits him with him getting elected. I mean, his the power of TPUSA is actually insane. That's why they're all fighting over it. That's why there's currently basically like a spiritual battle going on inside the right wing itself to take control of TPUSA, which is why anybody with a brain knew it was going to go to Erica anyway. If you've ever watched Charlie ever or even watched them interact with each other, it was always obvious that like he was setting her up to be the one who carries on the legacy, which only makes sense in the first place, because he knew himself. Charlie's not wasn't a stupid guy. He knew himself that like it's like the fall of Alexander the Great. His legacy was going to be eaten up in three different pieces by all these other fucking entities on the right. Because we are not a monolith, and we don't all like each other, and in fact we hold each other accountable. So when people try to tweet me like, oh well, Laura Loomer said this, who the fuck likes Laura Loomer, dude? Oh, now Nancy Mace is saying this, bro. I make fun of Nancy Mace all the time. Like, fuck that filler bitch, bro. She's like 90 years old, thinking she's like 12 years old. Like, I had to like see her naked body in Congress. My eyes are forever fucking burned because of that. Because this dumb bitch needs to make everything about her. Like, everything's about her. Like nobody likes her. Her own staffers fucking hate her. You can't be like, oh, what about like, but the difference is like the left is a monolith. You guys are a monolith because all of the moderate Democrats and the regular liberals, which I used to be one when I was young, like these people are they're swept up by the extreme fringes of the party. Like they're behooved to them, they're beholden to them. That's why they only triple and double down. They've only doubled down on the rhetoric since then. Like all they're doing is just doubling down because they don't have a choice, because these people, they're not serious people, they don't actually care about you. And it's the same with the right wingers, like all the people in Congress. Like some of them do, like some of them are genuine, but those guys usually don't get committee seats. They don't get on committees. They don't actually have any influence or power in Congress. They're just fucking there to vote yes or no. That's all they're there for, and it doesn't even matter what they vote usually. Although lately it's kind of, because it's so close, like it does actually matter somewhat. But it's like they don't care about you either. Like they're just gonna say what they need to say to maintain their power because they're all sociopaths, right? So but yeah, the Democratic Party right now is super just like it's crazy because like they don't agree, but they're all like behooved to it. And you can make like, oh, well, you guys are all behooved to MAGA. Like no, like the MAGA movement is very different than like Laura Loomer. Like Laura Loomer is not MAGA. She's Israel first. Like she's not MAGA. Like she's not America first. She's Israel first. She's just a leech. She's a parasite. Like people like that are parasites. We literally police our own all the time. Like we do, even during the Iran thing, man. Like left leaning people were laughing because we were all fucking going at each other. Yeah, because people like Laura Loomer and Ben Shapiro and all these, they're fucking parasites. They're not America first or Israel first, and they're parasites. So yeah, we call out our own people, right? Like I don't understand. If a right winger goes on a mass, if a guy goes on a mass killing spree and it turns out he's an ultra nationalist and he's all pro MAGA and shit, which MAGA is not even really like a nationalist movement in the first place. At its core values, like it's just retarded to even say that. But it's like yeah, like we go and go, hey, that's fucking bad. Like give this guy the death penalty. He's a psychopath. Like it's pretty simple. Or what you do is you just shut your fucking mouth. Like I don't know why this is so hard for leftists. Like you guys are so miserable in your day-to-day lives. You're so insignificant. Like you have nothing going on that all you just feel like you have to scream into the void all these like deranged shit all the time. Just to get any semblance of attention or affection or just that little hit of dopamine in your brain because you're one bad day from just ending it all anyway. It's like you could just shut your fucking mouth. What's his face? The actor that just died. I don't fucking like him at all. I didn't grow up watching his movies. I don't care if he was Hollywood's golden boy at one point. Maybe he did make good movies. I don't give a fuck. He's a fucking psychopath. He said all kinds of deranged, stupid shit. I don't agree with him at all, but I don't go on fucking a line celebrating his death. I just shut my fucking mouth and go on with my day because it doesn't affect me.
Who had conservative beliefs. Not everyone knows a billionaire CEO or a powerful politician, but they do know somebody with conservative beliefs. They know somebody who holds some or many of Charlie Kirk's opinions. Because despite what people in their little...
Your grandparents hold Charlie Kirk's opinions. He's a milk toast moderate. He's not even right wing. This is the same thing with Donald Trump, pretending Donald Trump is an ultra right fascist. Like, guys, he's a moderate. He's a career Democrat. He's one of the largest Democrat donors of all time. He funded the Democrats for fucking like 30 years, right? Like he swapped because of Obama. He's made that clear many times. It's because of the shit that Obama did, who started a lot of this fucking chain reaction, by the way. He's just an absolute terrible piece of shit human being, and I voted for him, by the way. So like just keep that in mind. Like Obama is what made me conservative in the first place, because I voted for him the first term. It was such a fucking disaster, and then somehow he used racism to make his way into a second term, and then he just like I lived through that shit. I'm old. I lived through that shit. He was a piece of shit. He destroyed the fucking country, and like we're still suffering for his decisions from fucking 20 years ago. And Trump was a response to Obama. Like he was, that's what he is. He's a response, direct response to Obama. And it's like he swapped because of him. Like he was always a Democrat, and he's still very moderate. There's a lot of people on the right criticizing him every day. Why do you think Nick Fuentes is criticizing Donald Trump every day? Because Nick Fuentes thought Trump was going to be the ultra nationalist, like Christian nationalist guy he's been waiting for. And he's not, and that's the reality. Like I'm disappointed too, because he's not that person. He's not going to do the things we want. He's not going to implement half the shit that we want. He's just a milk toast moderate. That's why he like flip flops all the time. Like once he got a couple like reports and like sob stories about the immigrants on the farms, he goes, "Oh, I don't want to do that to them," because at heart he's actually a pretty nice guy. He's like a doting grandfather, so it's really easy to sway him like emotionally on shit, which is a very leftist thing. Like that's not me, bro. All these people would be gone. I'd be deporting all of you. If you were even just like if you were even first like second generation, I'd be deporting you. So like be happy, because there's most of the right is way more extreme than the people you currently have that you keep calling Nazis, by the way. And they're the gatekeepers, by the way. That's the thing you guys don't understand, is like Charlie Kirk was a gatekeeper. He was Nick Fuentes' gatekeeper. He was the guy keeping him at bay and keeping him on the fringes, right? Of modern right politics, right? He was keeping him in check, right? Charlie was there to keep people like me in check, who would take away the 19th Amendment, who would deport all of you. Like, yeah, I would do those things, okay? And I would, instate the church, like the Orthodox Church, not the Catholic Church, but the Orthodox Church, as like the state religion. Like, yeah, I would do all these things. I would bring back blasphemy laws, because I think the country was a better place when that was a thing. I wholeheartedly do. Studying history, like it was a way better place. Everybody, like it was better for everybody. It's only been downhill since like the 1980s. Uh, so you guys killed the moderate, the guy who was he's not even right wing. He's just a Christian moderate. Charlie was like one step away from being a full blown Democrat. Why do you think he could talk to them so easily? I don't even want to talk to Democrats. I don't want to talk to liberals or progressives. I have no interest in talking to you. We have no worldviews that align whatsoever. I don't get what they don't understand. You guys keep calling the moderates Nazis and fascists, and drumming up this rhetoric that makes psychopaths go, "Oh, I should kill this guy then. I might be celebrated as a hero," because these people like Tyler Robinson, I guarantee you, just based on the information we know already, he's just a depressed, sad, miserable little fuckhead who is just desperate to like etch himself into history, just get some kind of attention. Like he's literally a sociopath. He's a psychopath. You guys killed the moderate, the guy gatekeeping everybody. Donald Trump is a moderate. If you think Donald Trump is extreme right wing, then you might need to check out like how like you might need to just fucking like take a step back and just like figure life out because like I like a communist of course is going to think he's ultra right wing. Communists are insane. So maybe some of you just are you're just anarcho communists or whatever the fuck weirdos, but like you killed the moderate guys. Like he,
bubble believe. His core ideology
I
and
mean, Charlie was literally pushing LGBTQ into the conservative movement. Why do you think like Blair White got accepted into MAGA in conservative like think tanks? Like it's because of Charlie. Like he pushed her into that. Like why do you think like there's so many like black gay conservatives? Like that's all Charlie Kirk. That's all TPUSA. Like generally we don't accept those people, but Charlie forced them, like he normalized them being a part of the movement. Like so like everybody attacking him, he's racist, he was all these things. You guys are taking out of context clips like fucking retards because you don't even understand the conversations he was having. And then like words are not violence. Like yeah, sometimes he has hard conversations with people. And the thing is too is like the nuance of thinking is like you can think being gay or LGBTQ or whatever the fuck is a sin, but still like accept that person into your life. Like you can still do that. That's a very Christian thing to do, and it's pretty much what Charlie was doing. I mean, a lot of like the chapters of the TPUSA are run by black people, and a lot of them are run by gay black people. And then there's also trans people, and then he was normalizing this like into the movement. So you killed the guy who was like normalizing the right wing. He was trying to moderate it and keep it in control.
what he believed is the same shit like your conservative boomer uncle on Facebook posts.
Yeah,
You can only
he has
disagree
the
with this
same
if you are
politics that your
unfamiliar with
grandparents
Charlie
did.
Kirk or you are unfamiliar with the many different branches and different ideologies of the right wing.
Yeah, they have no idea. It's like these people are so dumb, and that's the problem. It's like a lot of left wing people. They're just dumb. They're just dumb, ignorant people. They watch clips on the internet, and they think they know. They take 1% of information. I mean, look at the fucking killer, bro. These guys, they don't say a word the first day. They don't say a word the second day. Oh, third day, some leaked information comes out. Like 1% of the information comes out that like this pretend like about his parents, and suddenly, oh guys, he's a groiper. It's confirmed. He had conservative parents. You all have conservative parents. You're all fucking weirdos, bro. All these Antifa fuckheads, all these liberal fucking kids who are like in the streets burning cities down. They all have conservative parents. Like that's why they act like the way they do. It's like it's a rebellion against authority. Like their authority in their lives was these conservative Christian parents, so they're rebelling and becoming the opposite. Like it's childish teenage behavior. We've all been there. I was there. We know what it looks like. Like you all, Destiny had conservative. He still has conservative parents, by the way. That's why he's been ostracized by them. Like they don't even talk to each other. Like, so what the fuck are you saying? You guys took 1% of information, and then you started using AI to doctor photos and try to like push your narrative even further because these people are propagandists. That's what they are. They're not interested in the truth. They're interested in pushing the narrative that fits their worldview.
Now, don't get me wrong, Charlie Kirk had many bad takes over the years. Like,
Like
for
what?
example, the two most popular quotes I see people posting are the one where he advocated for stoning gays
Never did that.
and black women are too stupid to be pilots.
That's not what he said.
But
He
guess
was
what? Both those things, the two most popular quotes people are posting to justify this guy being murdered, are out of context. But idiots like Stephen
Yeah,
King
they're out
ran
of
with it,
context.
then
Yeah, and then he had to apologize. And then you have all these like black people on Twitter because like black people have the fragilest egos on the planet, and they have to make everything about them, and they wonder why the majority of the country hates them. By the way, you guys wonder why like black fatigue was trending for months, um, because like nobody even made a comment about like the shooter's like ethnicity or anything. All they made a comment about was what his politics probably were. Like it's automatically just assumed because it's logically tracks that if somebody assassinated Charlie Kirk, they're probably left leaning and they're probably really really progressive. because that's the only reason why you would want to kill the guy that way. And so nobody commented on like he must be black. Oh, he must be white. He must be Asian. Oh, it's probably a Hispanic guy. Nobody even said that. It was like black content creators that decided to start running with that narrative that like to like making things up. Like you guys are so fucking delusional, right? And then it's like case in point, the couple times that Charlie tries to have the hard conversation with other black people about like, hey, maybe you guys need to police your culture a little better. Maybe you guys should like take a look in the fucking mirror. When he tries to have the hard conversations with you guys because he actually cares, because the rest of us don't, by the way. I hope you guys keep doubling down on your stupidity because it's going to bite you in the ass very soon. You're going to learn some really hard lessons. You think you're oppressed and like you think slavery in the fucking 1800s was bad. Like what's coming for you is like not good. Like you're not gonna like what's coming for you because you killed the guy gatekeeping a lot of really bad actors who are also extremely popular, um like from rising up to like becoming like mainstream political thought. So like if you thought Charlie was bad, the shit Nick Fuentes is gonna do to you, you're not ready for. So I really really fucking I really hope you're proud, and I hope you keep doubling down on your retarded rhetoric about making everything about you, making everything about race. Nobody even commented on the guy's fucking race, by the way. And also, by the way, we already knew he was white because he did it in one shot, right? If it was a black shooter, you would have like killed like 6 people in the crowd as well. You would have missed the first few times. Like we're not stupid guys. Like please.
Later had to apologize for spreading misinformation about a dead man. These people will build a straw man of you in their minds. They get so fucking mad about it that they celebrate the real you dying. Horrifying. But more importantly, even if everything was in context, who cares? Oh, he said this. Oh, he said this. I don't care.
Yeah, who
There are
cares?
many things he said
Who
that I
cares?
disagree.
Who the fuck cares what he said? That doesn't justify you as killing him. Like that's retarded. Do we live in a civilized society or not? Right? Do we live in a society of free speech or not? Make up your minds, because now all of a sudden you guys are on Twitter crying about free speech rights. Okay, do which is it? Pick one. You can't have it both ways. We're either going to live in a free speech society where words are not violence, and you need to grow some fucking skin and get the fuck over yourselves, or we live in a censored, like controlled, managed democracy. Managed democracy. Which one do you want to live in? Pick it. Pick one. You can't have both. Pick one. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. We're all tired of it. And like you're gonna get a very, very negative reaction pretty soon from the right and from Christians if you don't stop. If you just don't stop, like you're not gonna like what happens. I'm just telling you, you're not gonna like it. You think it's bad. You think it's oh, life's so bad. Like you want to blame all your life's problems on people who like don't even care that you exist. Like I don't give a fuck that most of you even breathe. Like I don't care. You're not important to me. Like the only thing important to me is my faith and my family. Like that's how most Christians feel. Like if anything, like Charlie is a way better Christian than most of us because like he actually tried to care about you. He tried to reach out to you, and you fucking killed him for it.
Agree with. There are many things he said that I think are bad. Who cares? It is
Like
just a
what?
fact that nothing he
What do you
said
think he said was bad?
warranted his life
Shoe.
being taken away. This is America. We have freedom of speech here. Unless you criticize a certain country, but for the most part, we have freedom of
True,
speech here.
true,
So after
true.
detaining
Okay, true.
not just
Based.
one wrong guy, but two wrong guys, the FBI finally got the shooter. Only because his own father turned him in. I guess they were just too fucking busy not releasing the Epstein files to catch a political assassin. It was this
True.
ass demon, Tyler Robinson, 22 years old, another irony poisoned.
Yeah, this kid he's 100% a sociopath. Like he literally went to Dairy Queen to get ice cream like afterwards. Like he just went to normal life. He just resumed normal life. He thought he was going to get away with all of it. He was like, yeah, no big deal. And the thing is too is like I don't want to get into conspiracy theories, but like it is sketch. Like the texts are sketch. The fact that he goes, I was like I was given the opportunity and I took it. Like who gave him the opportunity? Like everything about this seemed like it was set up and that somebody set him up and like convinced him to go do this. Like because the way he says it, it's just like, but who gave him the opportunity? What does he mean he got the opportunity to do this? So like very obviously somebody was working with him to do this, but we're not gonna get into it.
Reddit shooter who wrote a bunch of memes on the bullets, including "Hey fascist catch" and
notices bulges Capital O.
Bro, this
What's
was
this question mark?
this was so hard to watch.
A lot of people were saying that the shooter was a groiper, which is a far-right fan of the streamer Nick Fuentes, and I have
Yeah, guys, the guy who shares like 90% of Charlie Kirk's beliefs decided to assassinate him because he wasn't extreme enough. That's like, it's so fucking stupid, dude.
no fucking idea where that came from. I'm gonna be
Because
so
they're
honest,
retarded. They're
I
fucking
have seen
retarded.
no actual proof of this, and it
Because
doesn't make
because
sense
these people are demon possessed. They're demon possessed. Like they're all possessed. You guys don't believe in demons and possession, but that's what they are. Like they live in a clouded reality. Like they live in a mist. They don't actually see reality for what it is. So like they're all propagandists. They get 1% of information that like aligns with their weird worldview, and they just push it.
because someone further
They've been
right
doing this
than Charlie
forever.
Kirk wouldn't call Charlie Kirk a fascist, and they wouldn't say he was hateful. Their proof is that the shooter once dressed up like the Slav squat meme from 2012, and they also found a separate meme of Pepe the Frog dressed like the Slav squat meme. Therefore,
Yeah,
the shooter
it was
is a
they
groiper.
reached
That is
super
like
far.
seeing a photo of the shooter dressed like a clown, and then seeing this image of Pepe the Frog dressed like a clown, and then being like groiper confirmed. What is the connection? The shooter didn't even post the Pepe image. Like, where did the Pepe even come from? Just a bunch of liberal boomers not understanding memes. The other thing I saw was the shooter had Republican parents, and therefore the shooter must be Republican, which is just funny because we all see what these people say about their Republican parents every Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
But I guess we'll
they
see.
all
It's
have
September
conservative
14th
parents.
when I am recording this, so maybe more things will come out. Editor Shoe here, more things came out. Definitely not a groiper. At the end of the day, he could have every single one of my or your opinions. It ultimately doesn't matter. One person may have pulled the trigger, but then we saw the reaction of many.
We think that Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck. Hey, ooh, ah.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
Never believe the reason I'm smiling. And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do with...
I would say pour one out for Kirky boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
Rest in peace, bozo!
Charlie Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog in Utah.
I do not, and I will not, ever feel bad when bad people get what the fuck they deserve.
I just heard that someone shot Charlie Kirk? Thoughts and prayers.
Oh no, someone shot Charlie Kirk. Look, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but that's how you pick up a woman.
So do you see like the two dichotomies of people here? You have these stay-at-home, ultra-rich white liberal women, like the lady who at the end, like we just saw, who was sitting at home cooking on a midday. Obviously, she doesn't work. She probably has a rich husband who probably has no idea what the fuck she does all day. She just sits at home, bored, watching CNN, watching TikTok, like literally contributes nothing to society. She probably has no kids either, by the way. Like most of them are usually like kidless, like in their 40s, in their 50s, rich liberals. And they just say shit like this on TikTok all day. And then the other side of it is you have all these teenagers who look like they're broke, who look like they are mutilating themselves, and like they look miserable. They look like miserable people. They're in pajamas half the time in their TikToks because they also don't work. The difference is they're poor, right? This is the two demographics of the left party. Like this is the two demographics of the Democratic Party. Like this is who they are. They're these ultra poor, miserable shithead self-mutilation people, and then these ultra filthy rich, like bored white housewives who have terrible husbands who don't police the dumb shit they say on the internet. Or it's all these like unhinged black people, usually black women. Black women are the worst, by the way. Like, I mean, black men don't even want. I mean, black men majority marry white women. They don't marry black women, and they do that for a reason. And any decent black man with any sense of semblance of self-respect will tell you the same thing. Like, yeah, don't marry black women.
We got Charlie and that.
I heard someone got shot today. I had a tummy ache this morning. Stay alive out there.
The sympathy for Charlie Kirk is weird. You don't have to like violence, but I'm confused as to how you thought the revolution was going to be magically bloodless.
I've been saying we need to bring back political assassinations. I don't feel bad, and I don't think that everyone deserves the right to free speech.
These are people who have no idea what real violence looks like, by the way. And, you know, Asmongold said it, and he got a lot of hate for it, but it is the truth. These people will never change. They will never, like, their worldview will never shift. Their narratives will never shift until they experience real violence, right? They think it's a game. Like I said, they live in a mist, right? They're demon possessed. You can see it in their facial expression, their eyes, like they're literally possessed by demons. They have a constant fog around them, so they don't see what they're saying, what they're doing. They don't see Charlie was a human being. They just see like this this game character in this like video game story, and he's dead now, like, and he's got, like, they don't get it. So until they experience real violence, they'll never get it.
I think some people should be afraid to express their opinion in public.
You should be. Listen, it's crazy because, like, you're like a fucking 70-pound, 4'2" Asian girl. If anybody should be terrified to express their insane opinions in public, it should be you, because you have no power. Like, you understand how the world really works, right? Right? It's all force doctrine. The world works through force doctrine. Like, you have no monopoly on force. You're a 4'2", 70-pound Asian girl. You should be terrified to go out and say this shit in public. And pretty soon you're going to be. Like, that's what it's leading to. It's leading to the far right backlash is going to be like, now you're going to be the one terrified, right? It's like, why do all these people, like, why did Steven Crowder, the guy who pioneered Charlie's whole thing and started and it kind of led the way for Charlie's like whole like shtick about going to colleges, right? Like, it was all Steven to begin with, right? Why did he quit doing it? Oh, because he was literally being attacked almost every time he did one of these things. People were like throwing concrete bottles at him. Like, I watched half this shit. People were literally threatening to kill him, which is insane, because he would try to do a change my mind event and then try to talk to them. And just because he was trying to talk to them about really hard ideas that we have to address and talk about, he was threatened all the time, had to have security. Why do right-wingers have to have so much security? Look at Destiny doing his little events. What a fucking little coward, by the way. You never came out to actually like try to debate Charlie or go to Charlie. Like, you started a whole event to follow him around to like counterpoint him, but you never even showed up yourself because you're a fucking pussy, right? Now he's dead though. You're gonna try to like grift off his fucking now you're trying to grift off the void he left behind and go to college campuses. And by the way, like 12 people showed up, and then half the people that did show up were there just to fucking make fun of you because you're a fucking loser. And I know Destiny personally, so I'm allowed to say that. By the way, so like I've had many personal interactions with him. I worked for the same company that employed him for many years. I know, like, I had to deal with his backlashes like live in person and make articles trying to cover up the stupid shit he was saying and doing, justify it. And then he was like part of like one of my gaming communities for a while too. I don't even know how the fuck that happened. I thought I finally got away from this fucking dude, and then he ended up like joining this community because he was trying to hit on one of the girls that was in our fucking Discord group because he's a fucking loser, because that's what he does. He preys on women. Like, that's what he does. How many times does it need to come out that this is what this guy does? He's a loser who preys on dumb women who just like don't know better. Anyway, let's keep going.
And I didn't like his opinions, and I don't really give a shit that he's dead.
Okay, you can just shut your mouth.
The best part of this whole goddamn thing.
You guys noticing the trend
he
still?
Is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing.
Oh, really?
It will activate no one. It will
really
impact few.
Okay. So this is what I mean. She's married, by the way. That's interesting. Once again, rich, liberal, white woman, living at home all day, doesn't do anything, probably has no kids, This is what happens when women live at home all day with no kids. Um, but yeah, you notice something here, right? What, like I said, 1% of information, and they run with it. These guys have only seen out of context clips, other like leftists spreading propaganda about who he was on Twitter. That's all they've ever seen, and then they celebrate it, right? And a lot of it is jealousy, by the way. And it's ultimately what it comes down to. It's like they're jealous, right? Especially now. That's why they're really even more now that he is being martyred, that he is being celebrated. Even Democrats, right? Even the Democrats just voted to make October 14th like a national day, national holiday for Charlie Kirk, right? Because like he was that influential, he was that big. You guys killed probably like the third biggest guy aside from Trump in the right wing. Like you did. Like he is being martyred. He did activate a lot of people. This is how dumb they are. This is how fucking ignorant they are. They don't know anything. They don't even know who they're fighting. Like they don't know who they're fighting against. Like they don't even know why they're fighting. When you challenge any of these people on their beliefs or their ideas, they can't even explain them to you. They're fucking retarded. And we're going to cover that too, because I'm going to cover videos going forward from people like Jay Dyer and Andrew Wilson, because you guys need to hear them talk to these people and then try to articulate their worldview. They can't do it. They're fucking retarded. They're demons. They're possessed. They don't live in reality. And like this lady looks like a fucking idiot. And then why are they so upset about Charlie being essentially martyred at this point? Is because it's jealousy. Because these people's lives are so fucking devoid of anything remotely happy or joyful. Like they have nothing. They have no concrete foundation for their lives. They have nothing. They don't have Jesus. They don't have religion. They just have themselves. And when your self image is terrible, because most of these people's self images are terrible. They're miserable people. It's like your day, you just become jealous and hateful of everything. Like they don't understand. Like Charlie is going to be remembered forever. He is going to go in history books, right? You guys don't get it. Like this guy was like he reached out and impacted people in a way that you never will. Like, right? Your life is insignificant compared to him. You have no kids. Most of them are unmarried. The ones that are married still have no children. You have no legacy to leave behind. You just shitpost into the void on the internet, crying out and reaching out for anything you can to get attention, right? It's like, yeah, seethe harder. This guy will go into the books. Your kids will be learning about him. Like, I hope you understand that. Like, he will be in history books in class, like for your future children that you're not going to have, by the way. It's crazy because these people remove themselves from the gene pool. So ultimately, it's like, as bad as people, I know people think it's bad, but like, guys, just remember, like, these people don't have children. They self-mutilate themselves because they think they can be other genders. They literally remove themselves. They sterilize themselves. Like, that is like, and if you don't believe that they're demonically possessed or anything, like, just think about it. They literally sterilize themselves. Like, how is that anything other than demonic possession? They go on, they try to spread hate, they try to propagandize people, and then they self-remove themselves from the gene pool. They leave behind no legacies. They don't do anything for anybody. Nobody's going to remember them. This lady, when she's gone, nobody's going to remember her. She's going to be gone, dead in the ground. She's probably going to have like a broken family that doesn't really give a fuck. Maybe like 2 people show up to her funeral and mourn her for like a week, and then they move on. It's literally jealousy.
It's just great. There are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got shot.
So remember that by their own logic, it's justifiable to use violence on them because you disagree with them. You find their words hateful. You find their words violent because speech is violence, right? Words are violence, right? So if you disagree with them, you think they're hateful, they're justifying violence. That's why you don't justify violence, lady. Like, that's why you don't get it, do you? By your own worldview and logic, you are basically saying it's okay to use violence against people you disagree with and that you think are bad people. So that means it's also going to apply to you. I hope you understand that. And I really hope, I mean, I hope it doesn't happen to you because I don't think you're going to survive it. But looking at you, I don't think you could run very fast. So like let's pray for good outcomes for you. But just so you know, the reason why it's important that both sides denounce violence is because if you don't, then you're justifying it also being used on you. It's why cancel culture is now being used on against the left, because we tried many years, for 8 years, to tell you, hey guys, maybe you should stop doing this. This isn't good. And if you keep doing it, eventually when you lose power, because you will inevitably lose power when you keep trying to ostracize people and pushing people to the edge, they're probably going to use it and weaponize it against you, and you're probably not going to like it. So it's really funny that they're all going, wow, censorship, oh, cancel culture, this is fascism. Wow, first time? That's crazy. Isn't that exactly what we were telling you, like, 4 or 5 years ago, that, hey, you guys are being kind of fascist right now. You're trying to dictate, dictate what can be said and what can't be said.
I saw the video before they even put out the confirmation. There was no chance that he made it through that. This wasn't the one we were hoping for, but a welcome surprise nonetheless.
I'm surprised that y'all didn't get rid of him sooner. And I'm surprised that you guys aren't getting rid of more people. Like, don't stop with him. Don't let him be the end dog. Get rid of them all. His wife deserves to go too. Y'all keep on talking about his wife and kids. They need to go too because they're carrying on that mentality and that lineage. Like, get rid of the whole family. I'm so sorry. Why did you guys stop with him?
There were thousands of videos like that. Some of these people posting with their full names and faces, with hundreds and thousands of likes. Thousands of tweets celebrating it, with 500,000 likes. And it's important to remember that all of those likes are a real person. Millions of people in this country apparently...
Yeah, see, I disagree, by the way. A lot of these leftists are, like, super propped up by bots. Like a perfect example is this guy fucking like Surf or something Surf, I forget. This guy gets less viewership on his streams on Twitch and YouTube than I do. Like literally. Like he has like hundreds of thousands of followers. He literally gets like 5 views on his VODs on Twitch, or his channel on Twitch. And even on YouTube, he literally, like, he's not real. Like, these people aren't actually real. They're literally, like, most of them are bot accounts, and then it's bot responses from people from other countries. Like, you can literally just look it up yourself. Like, a lot of this shit is botted. It's not real. They bought themselves, and then they some of them even are so crazy they reply to them. I had one guy I was arguing with. Like, it's always funny when you see like these trans furries types with like their accounts like labeled as a parody account, and then like they'll use like 3 or 4 like burner accounts that are like almost exactly the same to then argue you, and then pretend like they're their friend or their boyfriend or something. It's so fucking cringe.
I believe the acceptable response to speech they don't like is murder. This wasn't just a bunch of
so apply the same thing to them, right?
SJWs or whatever. They were teachers, professors, doctors, HR workers, healthcare workers, nurses, pediatricians, people who work with kids, people's classmates, roommates. They are teachers showing our children the gory, horrifying
this one was
video
insane.
of Charlie's murder on repeat.
Yeah, that was insane.
In this house we believe shitlib mask was ripped off, and underneath was nothing but psychopathic bloodlust. I have seen people on the right celebrate the death of people they disagree with.
Sure.
I've seen it. I remember
and they've been
Heather
policed.
Heyer in 2017. But I also remember the whole internet, left and right, coming together to disavow and mock the few dozen people from Stormfront who were celebrating her death.
Yes, exactly. We police our own, right? Like when Randy Fine decided to like tweet this thing about like killing all of the fucking Palestinians like some kind of weird psychopath, we literally ratioed him into the ground. Most of the right wing ratioed him into the ground and said he was a fucking psychopath, because he is, and he should be fucking ostracized from the whole group. Nobody likes Laura Loomer. We don't like Pam Bondi. Okay, we don't want hate speech laws. I think that's retarded. Now Donald Trump's saying it. If Donald Trump thinks he's gonna push hate speech laws, he's about to get a lot of pushback from his own fucking party. Trust me, right? We police our own. who was the biggest outcriers of the Epstein stuff? Now the left is like leaning into it because it's the only thing they have against Trump at this point. Like, by the way, you're welcome, because we're the ones who were pushing that. Like, fuck this guy, release the fucking files. Why aren't you releasing them? Like, it was all right wingers who were pushing that because we were pissed, because we were promised we would get them because we want the truth. And then he is literally covering it up. So yeah, we're pissed at him too. Why do you think his fucking ratings are dropping so hard? Like, so like we police our own. You guys don't police yourselves. You sit in lockstep and you all celebrate violence like all the time. And you paint everybody around you as fascists and dictators. So now we're going to do the same to you, and we're going to open the floodgates, and we're going to see what happens.
This is different. It's never been like this before. It's never been this much. It's never been this brazen. Normal people have to log into like an alternate Twitter account where they can post their more unorthodox opinions. And these people are out here full face, full name, like hell yeah, murder. What? The smug, unearned confidence these people have to be openly sociopathic with their full name and face because they live under the pathetic delusion of being on the right side of history needs to end. They will blame you for your death because words are violence. Words are violence, so them killing you is just self-defense. That's why they're using Kyle Rittenhouse as some kind of gotcha. Oh, if you don't condone political violence, why do you support Kyle Rittenhouse? They fundamentally don't see the difference
That wasn't
between
political
killing
violence.
someone over speech and killing someone over self-defense.
That was
because
self-defense.
these are the same things to them. Also, I'm going to be the one to point it out because of course I am. I saw nobody else do it. Why are most of them women? Most of the people celebrating are women. Like, it's a good, like, 80-20 ratio all over the internet. What is going on, ladies? Basically, the whole country is shook because last year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of a president, and this year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of them. At the end of the day, this is all the inevitable conclusion of the punch a Nazi thing from like 2017. Do you guys remember that? We
Yeah.
always knew it was a slippery slope. That's why we were against it. And they always say this dumb shit like, if you don't want to be called a Nazi, stop being a Nazi.
They can't even define Nazi. They can't define fascism. They can't define Nazi. Like, guys, this isn't real. You guys are LARPing. You're believing, like, the thing is that they don't even believe it either. They literally use it just to justify being violent.
Even a congressman from my state, New York, was like, oh, if you want to stop being called a fascist, you should stop being a fascist. Yeah, that's great, except you've called everyone and their mother a fascist and a Nazi for the past, like, 15 years. And I see a lot of progressives in my audience like, Shoo, you're not like Charlie Kirk. You're not a fascist. Here are all the things I have been called Nazi, fascist, reactionary for over the last few years. Would you like to see? I have been making this list since 2023.
Why do you have a list? That's such a fucking like liberal thing to do, by the way. Anybody who says that she's not like a liberal progressive, she has a fucking list of all the bad things somebody said about her that she's been keeping for years. That's such a fucking cringe leftist thing to do, by the way. So like all of you trying to pretend like she's some kind of right winger is so insane to me, because she's not. She's literally, if anything, she's a moderate. If anything, she is not much different than Charlie Kirk. I actually think most of her worldviews and political views are pretty similar to Charlie's. So I'm surprised she's like keeping it together, because like, yeah, Shoo, like they will celebrate you dying. Like these people you think are your friends want you dead too, because like if you step out of line, they'll kill you. That's the point. Destiny said it himself verbatim on live television, by the way. If you guys didn't vote for Trump and you voted the way I wanted you to, you wouldn't be dying. Like, it's like you're not allowed. I mean, guys, in 2020, if you wore a Trump hat outside, they would literally shoot and kill you. They did it multiple times. You can go find. You can still find the one that happened. I'm pretty sure it was in Portland, right? The Trump supporter who got killed in Portland. He's just walking down the street with a Trump hat on, and this psychopath goes up and shoots him in the fucking head for no reason other than he has a Trump hat on. It's still taboo, by the way, to wear MAGA gear or Trump hat. Like, it's still taboo. You're still subjecting yourself to violence every time you put a hat on, right? A hat. You put the hat on, you go outside, there's still a 50-50 chance some unhinged fucking leftist comes up to you and starts screaming in your face or fucking tries to be violent with you. Like this, you guys, like, you don't understand. Nobody does this on the right. You could have, like, Destiny's hosting his little fucking gay college campus things with almost no security. Why does he not need security? Because right wingers aren't gonna, like, if anything, it's even abnormal, and I'm sure he was surprised. It's even abnormal for him to get pushback at his events, for somebody to be there like jeering at him and sneering at him, and that's new too, and that's a direct response to killing Charlie. Is right wingers are a little bit more agitated than normal, so yeah, we're probably gonna go say mean shit to you and fuck with you at your event now, but we're still not gonna fucking kill you at your event. Like, I just don't get it.
Read this together real quick. Mocking/criticizing pop feminism. Believing adults can do whatever they want. Being pro-free speech. Being liberal. Talking to people I disagree with. Being friends with people I disagree with. Following people on Twitter I disagree with. Supporting Bernie Sanders. That one came from the right. Being registered independent. Criticizing Joe Biden.
God. Okay, we're 2 times in this. This is gonna be a long list.
Program, not taking the COVID vaccine, criticizing the FBI, criticizing the CIA, believing the CIA killed JFK, using an American flag backdrop for my videos, saying elites, saying working class, saying base, making a joke about Joe Biden eating ice cream, making a joke about people being born in a test tube, making jokes in general, being cis, being white, being a woman, being a cis white woman, telling someone to take a shower, not being anti-gun, not being fat, being monogamous, liking Huey Long, celebrating the 4th of July, supporting Assange, criticizing the movie Cuties, praising the movie Sound of Freedom, being against pedophilia, being against the destigmatization of pedophilia, being against children watching porn, being critical of kink at Pride, being against children performing at drag shows, not being racist, I swear to God, being a class reductionist, saying biological sex, mocking people for debating the ethics of necrophilia, my username, owning a pet rabbit, questioning the Bush administration's involvement in 9/11, growing up in a Catholic family, eating meat, wanting to get married, wanting to have children, being married, having children, being at January 6th to interview people, saying it's okay if someone doesn't want to date a porn star, not wanting to do OnlyFans, criticizing Kanye West, criticizing late-stage capitalism, criticizing the billionaire class, criticizing Israel, criticizing eating the bugs, criticizing a fashion company for being creepy, you'll remember that one, supporting nuclear energy, parentheses, it's toxic masculinity, supporting TikTok tradwives, supporting one-income households, supporting UBI, supporting farmers, supporting truckers, not celebrating October 7th, supporting Palestine, not liking brutalism, saying colorblind anti-racism was good, wanting to date someone who has a good relationship with their parents, not liking Indian food, saying men and women are different, complimenting each other, being followed by JD Vance on Twitter, saying Hillary Duff is cool, making fun of Reddit, and for Asmongold reacting to me, criticizing American imperialism, wearing a bow in my hair, liking VTubers, and now being anti-death.
Charlie Kirk was a fucking Nazi. He was a fucking Nazi. And you know what kind of Nazi is the best Nazi? A dead one.
I am a better person than you for celebrating the death of a Nazi. And actually, it's pretty weird that you're not, and simultaneously asking people to have empathy for the Nazi.
Nazis have children and families, right? But Nazis also get shot in the neck.
They don't kill you because you're a Nazi. They call you a Nazi so they can kill you. Now, I'm going to talk about my personal feelings of the situation because I know a lot of you can relate. I know a lot of you have been feeling the exact same way. So I will try and put it into words for you. I have friends who were friends with Charlie Kirk, but I didn't personally know him. We follow each other on Twitter. I've been to the TPUSA Amerifest in 2021. I actually went there planning to make a video making fun of it, but I had so much—
Yep, because you used to be these people. You used to be one of the problems. And what happened, Shoe? What happened?
Much fun and met so many friends that I'm still—
What happened, Shoe? You had a good time? Because you hung out with a bunch of normal people? You went there to make fun of it? And you're like, wow, actually, this is a lot of fun. These people are saying nice things. They're nice people. That's crazy, huh?
That video never happened. I disagreed with him all the time. You can literally go—
Everybody disagreed with him. I disagreed with him. Everybody was just in a massive spat with Charlie not even a month ago over Israel stuff because he guys, like the left are insane, guys. You know that most of MAGA does not support Israel, right? Like, we're on your side with this. We're not as extreme as you to the point where, like, yeah, we condone Hamas and shit, because we don't, because you can't condone that because what they're doing is wrong. But, like, we can also be like, hey, you know, you guys are going a little too far over here. You're kind of using justification to kind of wipe out a whole people group that historically actually are the real Jews, and like you're just trying to, like, yeah, we're not gonna get into it, but like we're on your side. Like, I don't understand. We were all criticizing Charlie about this like a month ago. Like, yeah, you can, guys. It's weird. Like, leftists don't understand. because they don't do it to each other. They don't criticize each other. They don't hold each other accountable. They don't debate ideas of each other. The right debates ideas of each other all the time. We're always arguing with each other. Even right now, people are in disagreement of how Charlie died. There's a whole very large following of the right wing that thinks he was killed by Israel, which should be a uniting force between the left and the right, because the leftists are all fucking anti-Semites and they hate Jews, right? And guess what? The right doesn't like Israel. They don't like the government of Israel. So it's like we have something in common, and we think they killed Charlie. I mean, I don't know. I'm not touching that yet. There's not enough evidence, to be honest. But there are some weird red flags with his death and the Tyler Robinson kid. A lot of it doesn't make sense. But we'll see what happens once the court case happens. I'll hold my opinion until it happens, right? Which is what some people should start learning how to do. You don't need to comment on fucking everything. It's actually retarded. But yeah, it's we argue with each other all the time. I don't understand.
Go to our Twitter interactions.
This is normal.
I was always correcting him about Bernie Sanders. I made an egg look like his face. It is safe to say I was no fan. But this has really shaken me in a way.
No, you were a fan. That's why you interacted with him. And why did you feel comfortable interacting with him, Shoe? Even when you were in your super left-leaning liberal phase? It's because he was a good guy. Because you knew he would interact with you in good faith. You could actually have a conversation with him, right? That's why you did it.
That I absolutely did not expect. These last few days after what happened, I kept going to every single lefty, liberal, left-wing person.
And they're all psychopaths, right? And you realize they're all psychopaths,
and
right?
Besides maybe 4 or 5, every single one was being an unhinged psychopath about
Yep, that's crazy, right? That's crazy. Turns out your friends are not your friends, Shoe, huh? That's crazy. It turns out that when they it turns out when you listen to them finally and understand that they tell you who they are every day, and they're not joking, it turns out you are surrounded by psychopaths that would laugh and be in joy of you dying tomorrow, your family dying tomorrow. They'll celebrate it. Because especially you've fallen way out of lockstep lately with the left. So it's you're in, if anything, it's scarier now to be a Charlie Kirk or to be a ShoeonHead, to be on, because she's very moderate, by the way. She's very moderate. She's not even very left leaning. That's why I always thought it was weird that she tried to push a lot of really strong left leaning stuff all the time. So that's why her change since 2020 has been very welcome. But it's you're not left leaning either. You're moderate. Your views are not. I don't think Shue's views are very different than Charlie's at all. I think they're very similar. So it's yeah, they're gonna try to kill you too, and you're in a more dangerous position because the ultra right isn't gonna like you, and then the ultra left definitely doesn't like you. So it's you just I would just be careful.
Or saying some backhanded shit this is why we need gun control, which
absolutely insane.
We're just watching a whole bunch of people celebrate killing someone over political differences. You are never taking our guns now. That is not
it's never happening.
I felt like I was in the middle of the ocean. I was trying to grasp onto a flotation device, checking all.
Because you're a moderate. So because you're a moderate and because things are becoming more and more extreme, you're feeling hey, where's my life raft? Where's my boat of people? Your boat of people is sailing one way or the other way, and that's the problem. So moderates are gonna have a really hard time coming soon, because it's sides are being picked, lines are being drawn, and we're at the point now where you need to pick a side. There's no more fence sitting. You have to pick a side.
All of these accounts for their take be normal, be normal. Nothing. Nobody. I'm just drowning in a sea of evil, apparently. Maybe I was just blind up until
You were
now.
blind.
Maybe they changed. Maybe
they didn't change. They've told you who they are forever. They've said it verbatim, right? This is why majority of us don't even talk to them. I don't associate with leftists. I don't talk to them. I don't debate politics with them. I don't try to change their minds. There's no reason to. They're not going to. They did not come to these things logically. They're demon possessed. there's no point in talking to them. So the people who do try, I like, that's why we looked up to Charlie, because it's like, hey, Charlie, if in my opinion, Charlie's one of the bravest dudes like on the planet, because he went into the lion's den to like, he literally, despite getting criticism from his own people about doing it, he still tried to reach out and talk to them. And he tried to show both sides, like, look, we can talk to each other, we can get along, like, we have common ground. But you shot him, like, so you ruined that.
I changed. Is everyone going crazy, or am I going crazy? I don't know. All I know is it is clear how they reacted to this is how they would react to me, my family, my friends, you, your family, your friends, that have ever stepped out of line from the nebulous, ever-changing definition of progressive.
If you died tomorrow, Shoe, nobody on the right would make fun of it at all. We would all mourn you. You'd probably get a lot of sympathy from us. Everybody on the left will celebrate it. Maybe it'll be like, maybe 5% of them that won't celebrate it, but the majority of them will, because to them, you're no different than the rest of us. So you're going to have to pick a side.
I thought were level-headed. They were left-wing, but
they're not.
Like, they were one of the good ones.
No,
like,
they're not.
You can joke with them, they weren't those like woke SJWs. Like, they were cool. We can disagree and still be friends. Your friend wouldn't celebrate you being murdered, of course. But if they would celebrate an exact clone of you that wasn't you, that had all the same opinions, or some of the opinions that you have, if they would celebrate that clone being murdered, they're not your friend. I'm friends with people who are friends.
Damn, she actually got emotional, and it almost made me emotional. I know, Shu, this is what we've been trying to tell you, girl. Like, you have a family. Like, you need to protect your family. And I'm going to tell you right now, the majority of, like the people on the right, majority of us Christians, we would protect you and your family, right? Like, we wouldn't celebrate your death. And, like, now you see them for what they really are. And that's what I'm saying. You're going to have to, like, there can't be any more fence-sitting, guys. Like, you have to pick a side. Like, one side has to win at this point. Like, the culture we can't have this multicultural divide anymore. Like, we have to figure this out, because it's not working. It's not going to work. We can't, it's just going to get more violent. We cannot reason with these people. So I'm glad you finally figured it out, because if you did die, these people would be celebrating your death. They wouldn't defend you, right? They would encourage more violence, right? They would probably say, get her family next, before they carry on her lineage. So, I mean, you're more than welcome over here. I mean, Shu, do you even go to church? Like, I hope you do. You should. Like, you have a nice family. I think you should go to church, and you should become a part of the community who doesn't celebrate death and violence. And we would definitely protect you over here. And we wouldn't celebrate your death for sure. Like, this just wouldn't happen. So I'm glad you finally realized that, like, hey, your friends aren't really your friends, and the people over there are actually just too far gone, and they have been for many, many years.
With Charlie, and I see how they are completely broken.
Yeah, like I said, you're not much different than Charlie, Shu. Like, I don't know, like, maybe you got to do some more like self reflection, but like, and watch some more Charlie's content. But like, in my opinion, I don't look at you as much different than him. You're both moderates. Like, he was, like, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you're a Christian or you're religious at all, but I would say that's the main difference between the two of you. But other than that, like, I would say your politics are pretty similar to his.
About this, seeing them like this, and then at the same time my other friends posting shit like, rip bozo. It's just sick. It's just sick shit. Personally, I would rather live in a world full of Charlie Kirks who would sit down and debate than a world full of people.
Yes, exactly. That's why you felt comfortable attacking him, right? You don't feel comfortable attacking somebody. Well, you weren't really attacking, but like, you were criticizing him, right? Why did you feel so comfortable to criticize Charlie Shu? Because you knew inherently he's a moral, good person who will engage with you in good faith, right? There's certain people, we all know them, like you guys will make videos about Destiny or Hassan all day, but you'll never actually tweet at him or try to engage in conversation with them because you know you can't, because you know they're bad faith. You know they're fucking demon people. Like, you can't talk to them. It's not comfortable. You can't critique them without like putting up this barrier of like, I'm gonna do it from like as a video, right? You're not gonna actually directly interact with them. You directly interacted with Charlie and tried to critique him directly because you knew he was good faith and a good person. You could do that with him, and he's not gonna fucking get violent with you, right? That's the point.
People who agree with me but would murder people who don't.
And that's the thing, Shu, is like, you can come hang out on the right and you could disagree. You could be a voice of reason on the right to try to keep people like me in check from going out of control. and we would debate you openly and honestly, and we would never attack you. That's the point, is the right wing has internal debates all the time. We don't attack each other. We don't kill each other. But the left will kill you.
Because if it's now normalized to just murder people who disagree with you politically...
Yes, that's the problem, is they're normalizing it. And that's what we're warning them about, right? Like, that's what we keep trying to tell them. Hey, guys, think about what you're saying for a bit, because you're normalizing this. And if you're going to normalize it, it's going to apply to you, just like cancel culture. If it applies to us, it applies to you. It goes both ways. Like, we can use the same justifications.
We don't have a society. Like, that's it. It's over. But some of these...
Yes, it's about... That's why I'm saying you have to pick a side. Because at this point, like, it's very clear that one side is, like, anti-civilization. They want, like, anarcho fucking communism. They want a revolution. They want blood in the streets. They do not want to change their opinions. They do want to change their mind. They don't want to have healthy debates. They want you to follow in lockstep, do what they want, or die.
These people in...
And then the other side, you know, they're not perfect either, but they at least want civilization.
particular, like, why the fuck are you celebrating? You! They think you're a fucking Nazi too. They'll make a nice compilation
Exactly.
of all the hot takes you've had over the years
Yes,
and spread it around
they will.
to justify your murder.
They will, Shu.
You don't get it, do you? We are all Charlie Kirk. I have been doing this for 11 years. I have been harassed, doxxed, threatened, whatever, you name it, for 11 years by the left. And it hasn't moved me an inch because that's not how politics works. That's lunch table politics. I've talked about this before. People on your side being mean to you doesn't mean you overnight change your opinions on, like, healthcare. It doesn't work that way. I still have all my economic left opinions. I'm for strong social safety nets, workers' rights, unions, wealth caps, whatever. That has not changed. This is not me leaving the left because, frankly, I don't even know how to do that. This is me and many, many people looking around us at our so-called allies and realizing that even though we might share some, like, political opinions, we fundamentally do not have the same values or morals. And are we really allies if we agree on, like, taxes, but don't agree on the sanctity of human life? I don't know. The way we view death now is just crazy. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with the desensitization, in part thanks to the internet. You used to have to go out of your way to see gore and stuff like that, and now you're just scrolling through Twitter and you see someone set on fire if someone gets stabbed on a train. And when someone like Charlie dies, it's not even real to people anymore. Like, it's like a movie.
See, this is where I'll disagree with you 100%, by the way, because when I watch those things, I feel mortified. When normal people watch those things, and they're good for people to watch, by the way, it's not seeing, like, so what you're saying, you're basically making the case for what politicians currently want to do, even the right wingers, which is like to censor video games. Violent video games did this. You play these video games and you see violence and that normalizes it. No, it doesn't. You fucking idiots. That's not what it is. These people are inherently demons. They're evil people. Normal people don't have those reactions to violence. When I see clips from like Iraq, Afghanistan on YouTube of like the horrible shit that had like these soldiers went through on both sides, like, it makes me upset. Like, it makes me more anti-violence, right? because I know what violence is. I've seen violence. You have to see violence and experience violence to know why it's dangerous, and why the fact that the world is run through force doctrine should terrify you, and it should make you more afraid to say certain things. Right? It's also the importance of like that. It's also when you understand violence and you understand force doctrine, it makes the Second Amendment even more important to your life, right? Yeah, okay, I need a gun. My family needs guns. I need to be trained. Like I've encouraged women forever. I'm like, if you're a woman, you should always carry a gun. You should get your concealed carry license. The Second Amendment was there. It's almost perfectly designed for women, because ultimately you guys do not have the monopoly on force doctrine. You just don't. Like, men dictate everything, whether you want to admit it or not. You appeal to men to do things that you want. That's what you do, right? It's just an appeal to everything's just an appeal to men, because men have force doctrine. We have the monopoly on force because of how we're built, how genetics work, how biology works. So that's why I'm saying the Second Amendment is literally to women's benefit. Like, it's like, that's why it exists. It's a perfect example in a vacuum of like why it's important to keep the Second Amendment, why it's so important to have gun culture and promote healthy gun culture, because like people aren't going to go around trying to like these immigrants. Once women start fucking blasting some of these fucking disgusting immigrants down in the streets for trying to rape them, like, it stops very quickly once they know that you're not prey, right? Because it's predator prey. They know you're prey. Why do you think that he targeted the Ukrainian girl on the train out of everybody there? Because she's small, white, defenseless woman. That's why he targeted her. He's a predator. He's not mentally unhinged. He's a predator. And that's what most of these leftists are. They're fucking predators. Normal people didn't watch Charlie Kirk get shot in the neck. Like, I can't get the image out of my fucking mind. It's seared into my brain. It's terrifying. I still spent like a week thinking about. I still spent like a week thinking about, like, what was his final moments like? What was he thinking? Like did he think it was all worth it? Like, did he regret anything? Like, what went through his mind? Did anything go through his mind? It's terrifying. Like to see somebody like I respected, like, that happened to them. Like, it wasn't fair. Like, it's just not fair. But you can see what violence. Like, this is violence. This is what it is. It doesn't care, right? So, like, the fact that they're not terrified by it, and they're like this is my point. It's like they don't live in reality. This isn't, but it's not like, it's not the violence itself. Like, people can see these things. They should see these things. They should understand what it means, right? It should terrify you. It's not the violent content itself. Like, it's the people who, like, it's the people who are just fucking wired wrong. Like, there's something wrong with them. They're possessed. They live in a mist. They don't see reality for what it is, and they don't experience these things in firsthand. So it's like it's not what you're saying.
Movie or show. Oh, that character died? Good. I hated that character. Like, no, that was a real human being with a.
Yeah, and even then, like, normal people watch TV shows and, like, a good character dies, like, and it's an emotional moment for most people. These people are sociopaths. There's something wrong with their brains. Okay, do you understand, right? Like, it's still not normal. Like, if I'm watching it, like, if I watch fucking Lord of the Rings and I see Boromir get killed, I don't go, yeah, Boromir's dead. No, I fucking cry every single time Boromir dies. Okay, do you get it? Like, that's a normal reaction for normal people who understand violence and death, right? These other people, they're not normal, Shoe. And it's not because of the violent content. They create the violent content, right? They don't sit there consuming it. They create it. It's their own creation, right? We consume it and then we go, holy fuck, these people are insane.
A family and kids, actually. Like, that was someone's son. The internet has turned real people into nothing but cartoon characters that disappear when you close an app. I remember for years people would be like, oh, when you have kids, you'll change your mind on XYZ. And I was like, no.
And you did.
No, that's not gonna happen. No. And they were right. Almost overnight, you stop being so selfish, nihilistic. You stop
But
having
it's not about
utopian
you.
fantasies of wanting to live in a post-capitalist society. And all you want is for the world to be safe. For the world to be safe and normal. And all that matters is your family and your community. And then your country, and then the world. You know? But we can't save the world. You can't. But you can save the people around you. You can't say to these people who are celebrating this and justifying this, you can't say, what if that was your dad or your brother getting killed for their opinions? Because they've already cut those people off. They've already cut those people off out of their lives. And posting videos and pictures of Charlie's wife and young kids will not move these people at all. Because they hate their lives. They hate
Exactly. She's nailing it now. I'm so glad she finally realized this.
their families.
Yes, they're hateful. They hate everything. They're miserable people. Guys, they dropped the manifesto from the Nashville trans shooter. Finally, 2 years later, they secret ninja dropped it like the other day. It's nothing but like him writing about how much was it a boy or I don't even remember, bro. Like who the fuck knows? Like it's just they're writing like unhinged things because like they basically they're miserable. They're unloved. Nobody loves them. They don't love themselves. They were raised in propaganda and with this rhetoric that doesn't teach them any of these things. They're like devoid of all of these feelings and emotions. They're literally demons. They're possessed. Like if you go read that manifesto, if it doesn't send chills down your spine of like, holy fuck, this is terrible. This is how they all think. They're all like this. Like they're all like this. A lot of them are like this, bro. Like a lot of the outrage over Charlie is because they're jealous. They're jealous that he's had such an impact. They're jealous that people in South Korea are having massive protests and big vigils in his honor. People in Japan, people all around the world, they're jealous. They're like even our own government has now recognized his impact, right? Like even Democrats have. Like it's like they're jealous because they have no legacy. They will never leave anything behind. They have no kids. They remove themselves from the gene pool. They're miserable people. They don't do anything for anybody else. It's always about self-gratification. It's always about my feelings, my preferences.
They are atomized bug people. They are the unfortunate product of modern society, and I feel bad for them. I do. I pity them, and I wish I could help them. But I have bugman fatigue. And for the people who will come at me in a blind rage with a list of all of Charlie Kirk's, like, biggest hits to convince me that I should hate him and should not mourn him, if you thought what Charlie Kirk said is wrong, you could have debated him. He was one of the few people left willing to do that, and now he's gone. Charlie was a fan of free speech, but I'm worried whoever comes after Charlie won't be. Like, even from a political standpoint, not even a personal human standpoint, why are you celebrating, like, the most popular college Gen Z political pundit dying? Like, why are you celebrating him becoming a martyr? Say goodbye to that young male vote. All the liberal Joe Rogans in the world are not fixing this. I just hope for the sake of this country that political violence does not become normalized, does not become a thing. I really don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see retaliation. I don't want to see us fall into a civil war. I don't know. This has all been extremely blackpilling. I think I'm going to take a break from politics. I don't know. I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah, so I would say the opposite. You should lean into this even more, Shoe, because if you don't, then you're doing what they want. Like the whole point of this shoe was to silence people like you, right? It wasn't to silence Charlie, it was to silence everybody else, right? It was like that's why they killed the moderate, right? So I would say you should probably just keep expressing your opinion, keep doing what you do. I wouldn't hold back. Because that's what they want. They want you to shut up. They want you to be quiet. They don't want you to share your opinion. They want you to follow in lockstep. They know everything. They know the right way. They have no foundation, by the way. There's no sense of, there's no moral compass there. There's no ethics there. They don't have a foundation for any of their beliefs, but they know everything apparently, and they know the way. So they know better than God. They know better than everybody. Better than their parents. Better than their grandparents. And we should just follow in lockstep. And if you vote for people like Donald Trump or you vote the opposite of them, then you deserve to be killed according to destiny. So just keep that in mind. So I would say don't cower away. I would say, keep being brave. You definitely have people on the right will definitely support you. And then, maybe don't go to events, right? Like we don't need to see, like, trust me. I mean, if you think, if you think Charlie getting shot and killed was bad, if like somebody like ShoeonHead went to like a TPUSA event and somebody assassinated her, like that would trigger civil war, right? Because like you killed a man, it's different, right? To us, like to a lot of us, like Charlie was like a frontline warrior. It's extremely sad. We're disheartened. We're very, very angry. You killed one of our brothers. But if you killed a woman, a Christian, like I don't know if she's Christian, but say she was. If you killed a Christian, like if Charlie's wife gets killed next, that would actually be the trigger of civil war. You will have retaliation in the streets. I think Christians like still have enough tolerance where it's like a lot of us understood that Charlie was kind of like on the front lines, right? He was on the front lines of the spiritual battle. We can not accept his death, but we can calmly still try to keep a level head. But like, as if they ever touched like Shoe or touched Charlie's wife, or like let's say like any like right way any Christian like woman, if they ever killed any of them for speaking out, that would be the actual trigger, because that's as much as the left tries to pretend like the right wing is all misogynist and incels, like no, we actually we don't look as women as just like fucking like cum dumpsters like you do. That's why we tell them the value of their bodies. That's why there's so much push for women to like get self-respect again. It's like, no, selling your body on the internet for $3 a month is not empowerment. Like you're decreasing your value as a person. You're dehumanizing yourself. This is what we keep trying to tell you. Like because women are very sacred in religion. If you read the Bible, the women have very specific roles and they're to be protected by men, right? Like, so it's like that would be the actual trigger. So I would say maybe don't go to live events. I don't know, but like you should just keep doing videos. Like just keep doing what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't think like you have too much to worry about, because like most of the people don't have money and they don't go outside. This was like the rare case where one of them did go outside. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying I think you should keep doing content.
Like, I'm not a political pundit, right? I'm not. My goal here, my purpose here is to entertain, is to make people laugh. That is what I'm going to do. That is what I will continue to do. The news cycle will move on. The world will move on.
It won't, though.
Charlie Kirk's kids won't move on. His daughter.
Yeah, no. See, this is where you're wrong. You're not understanding. Like, nobody's going to move on from the Charlie stuff. This is going to be ongoing for many, many years. Like, nobody's moving on. It's been 2 weeks, and I can assure you I'm not moved on. The news cycle still hasn't moved on, and most of us people I talk to have not moved on at all. They're still very, very fucking pissed.
Daughter won't move on. His daughter does not have a dad anymore. And that fucking sucks. That sucks. I don't know what else to say. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to my crash out. If you're new here, my videos usually are not like this. They're actually nothing like this. They have music in the back. They're fun. They're goofy. Things are just not fun and goofy right now. But I promise you the next video will be. Yeah, thank you for your attention to this matter. Bye.
Thank you for your attention. She's such a fucking troll, dude. I love it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is like kind of hit the nail on the head for a lot of people. And I hope more of you kind of wake up to like what you're surrounding yourself with, like who these people are. When they tell you who they are, believe them. Like this idea of like, oh, they're joking. Oh, when Destiny says that like conservatives should all die and like they should be murdered and like they should fear for their lives, he's just joking, guys. He's just trolling. He's just being edgy. He's fucking 40 years old. At some point, like it's like edgy humor is not acceptable anymore. Like at some point, like when these dumb fucking kids on TikTok say some of this dumb shit, I don't care. Like honestly, I really don't. Like I don't take it that seriously because they're just dumb kids, bro. I would say the same shit. Like they just want attention, right? I mean, I think Russell Brand kind of broke this down too, because you had that rapper in the UK that like really kind of like doubled down on everything and like celebrated Charlie's getting shot, like at his own concert. And Russell's like, you know what? I get it. Like I was that person. I wore an Osama bin Laden outfit like after 9/11 to get like edgy jokes because I was like I was caught up in that culture. Like, yeah, the culture's poison. It's fucking poison. So I don't take it too seriously. It's when there's fucking grown adults, right? Destiny's a grown fucking adult. He has children himself. He's not a very good father, but he does have children. And then it's like Hassan Piker's a grown fucking adult. When they say this dumb shit, it's not edgy humor. It's like you're just a fucking piece of shit, bro. Like you know what you're saying. You're literally you know what you're saying. You're trying to incite it. Let's not play these fucking games anymore. So. But I'm glad she's finally kind of realizing it and realizing that her friends are not her friends. And then, you know, maybe you should think about it, Shu. Maybe the guy that you felt, like I said, maybe the guy you felt so comfortable to criticize openly and have like dialogue with, maybe you have more in common than you think you do. Maybe he wasn't that bad of a guy. And then like maybe the people that on your side that you can't criticize at all and that celebrate death and violence all the time, maybe they're not very good people. And then, like I said, I disagree with the idea that like, oh, it's social media pushing all this like violent, like I barely see anything like that. Like we're exaggerating, right? Let's not exaggerate. So let's just be careful because the government will take this and run away with it if we let them, right? So it's a bad thing, but like nobody wants hate speech laws. Nobody believes in hate speech on the right. Like we don't. Like it's just some fucking idiots trying to take advantage of it because they want to police anti-Israel rhetoric on the internet. Like it's like we're not gonna play that game, right? So let's just be careful about exaggerating things. Like because they want to ban video games again. They think violent video games led to this. That they're already painting the narrative that like Tyler Robinson was radicalized by the violent video games he plays. No, he was radicalized playing VR chat. Like it wasn't Counter-Strike or whatever the fuck. I don't think that Steam list was even real, by the way. I don't know. Somebody can confirm, but like I'm pretty sure that was like actually propaganda again. But like I think it was confirmed he does play VR chat, and like somebody did find like old clips of like years ago like of other people running into him, and he has like a furry character in that. But it's like yeah, he wasn't radicalized by playing shooters, you fucking idiot. He was radicalized by going into things like VR chat and like Roblox. Like that's why Roblox and shit should be policed. Like we should be looking into this in these fucking like Discord groups that groom children. Guys, I said this on Twitter, like, hey guys, why do you guys think like, you know, just leave some logic. Why are all these like aim trainer guys, why are they all trans? And why are they all furries? Like why is everybody in the aim training community trans furries? Like they all know each other, by the way. They're all friends of each other. They all cover each other. A lot of them cheat, by the way. That is true. A lot of them do cheat, and they cover for each other, like as experts, quote unquote experts. But they all live in the same discords. Like I've infiltrated those discords. I keep telling people on Twitter, like, hey guys, you should probably go look into some of these discords that some of these aim trainer community people hang out in, and then you'll start realizing why they're all trans and why they're all furries and why they all think the same. Like you start realizing like there's a very big epidemic of people grooming children into these things. Like it is happening. People need to wake up to it. That's what's leading this, right? Tyler Robinson was groomed in a Discord by probably somebody older than him that pushed this on him. He was groomed in VR chat, just like a lot of kids are getting groomed in fucking Roblox. It's very bad, right? They're normalizing things. 11-year-olds don't need to be having a like fucking 11-year-olds playing Roblox don't need to join the furry sex simulator game and have somebody as a furry avatar like dry humping them in game. Like it's just that's not what they should be going to. Like it's not the violence, it's the sexualization, right? If you know anything about Islam, right? How did Muhammad maintain control of Islam, right? It was through sexualization. Why do you think they're promised virgins in the afterlife, right? How did he get all these people to go to war for him and sacrifice their lives? Because they would either go because it's a win-win for them, right? You can use sexual degeneracy to get people to do a lot of things they normally wouldn't do. Look how many men like do dumb shit for women all the time, like like ruin their lives over women, over sex, right? Like sex is a powerful motivator. People use it on children. They use it on adults. You know, Muhammad promised his followers, if you go to war for me, you will get the spoils of war and have all the women and be able to marry all these women and rape all these women, all you want. If you die, you go to heaven and you still get your women. So it's like, they just, yeah, just think a little bit. That's all I'll say. Just think more, think more, think more.